Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here on the Thai-Cambodian border, and we're in Surin province. And what we're going to take a look at is we're going to take a look at one of the temples that's kind of in dispute here on the border between the two countries. We're going to look at Prasat Ta Moan Thom. And I came here a couple months ago. It was closed. They wouldn't let us in. So we came down here today and it is a flurry of activity. So we're going to walk through here and let's see what we see today. We actually had to park about 1.5 kilometers down the road and walk up here. They're building new bunkers. They're doing all kinds of stuff here for the soldiers because there has been some, I guess, some disturbances here on the border. So let's go into the temple. We got the sign over here. The monks are donating food and stuff. So you have to come in here with the military. So let's go in here. Okay, so we went through the little checkpoint there. They asked your ID, country and nationality and stuff. So over here they're doing some renovations. They got it covered so you can't film in there. Now this is a Hindu temple and it's part of the larger group. There's two temples, arogyasalas and then like a traveler's in Thailand, and then there's a couple more down into Cambodia that you can't access from here. And you can see how many people. So over here's the rubble and stuff like that. The bricks are remodeling. So this was built in the 11th century. And we got this covered up here. If you go just down the way a little bit, that is where the Khmer troops are stationed, the Cambodian troops. And then here is the outer wall for this temple. So you can go to it on the east side here, or come down here and should be able to take the stairs up into it. That's what the lady here said. So you can see they built a laterite stone base. And then a second tier, that's the wall up there. And the wall's in pretty decent shape. We'll just go down here in the trees. So the Cambodian troops, last time I was here, we could hear them talking over here, but the temple was closed. We could just look at it from the wall. So what a colossal structure this is. So it's terraced, kind of like a pyramid would be. And you can see the different course of the laterite stones here. And then the queue. Now, Google Maps says this is in Cambodia, while Apple Maps says it's in Thailand. That explains a little bit of the dispute over it. And so you see we got the Cambodian troops here, and that looks down into the Cambodia side. Yeah, so they don't want any video taken of their fortifications over there. Okay, let's go up these stairs. Yeah, really cool. And now we're up on the platform with the sanctuary. So there would have been the wall that would have been extended across here. You can see the dirt. So they built the wall and then they would have packed in the dirt and then built the towers on top of it. Yeah, there's people climbing all over this today. Check this out. So you have the pediment right there. That's in really nice shape still. The lintel has been replaced with that piece of stone. You can see it's been restored. You can see the writing up there. And then you see the floral carvings around the door, and then this is a false window over here. So this is all the original here. The window's been restored, and then this is original over here also. So you see the Naga up there. Oh, really cool. So you can see what's remaining of one of the Aspara dancers. I haven't seen one of those in a while. So they say this was built 11th century. You can see the tower here is shaped like a lotus flower, and it's been pretty heavily restored. You can see all this here is part of the restoration also. And then in here would have been one of the sacred bulls right there. Oh, here's looks like one that's in a little better shape. You see a little bit of the carvings around it. And you can see the pedestal over there. And there's just people everywhere. You can see over here all the sandstone. So it looks like there was rock here on this hilltop. So they used that as part of the foundation. And then these sandstone pieces that are over here that don't have a home right now, they're all window seals and doors and everything else. And we're over here on this exit here. So you can see the level of restoration. They're doing a pretty nice job, the Fine Arts Department, putting this jigsaw puzzle back together. And we got another Aspara over here. Oh, that's really cool. Now, from what I was reading about and was told, this temple was really heavily looted by the Khmer Rouge in the 70s. They used it, they would sell the artifacts, and then they would take them and fund their war effort. Over here we have the covered walkway with the gopura and all of that. So the orientation of this temple is kind of a little bit strange. It doesn't feel like it's really facing the east. Yeah, this is really cool. So this is the covered walkway. So they would have used the sandstone, and they would put this over into a corbelled arch. You can see the faux window right there, and then the sandstone doorways. Khmer used a corbelled arch. They didn't use a true arch, but it still was functional. It just wasn't as, it didn't bear the load as well. And they have that entryway blocked off. That's where they're doing the remodeling and stuff. Looks like they've just stuck some bricks at random here to kind of complete this wall to where you can't wander into where they're rebuilding it. Yeah, this little building here is quite cool. It's all out of laterite. I don't see any sandstone. They even made the faux windows up there, or those little, they're not those little round columns. They just used blocks of laterite. And then you have tons more of the sandstone and stuff over here. And check out the columns. This is all part of the walkway. You can see the tops are on a couple of them, and then this is the perimeter wall. And this would have went all the way around the sanctuary. Kind of cool with the vines and stuff growing down. And they blocked off this entrance here also. Yeah, really a cool temple. Glad to be able to come over here and see it. It was such a hassle getting in here. We sat in traffic for 2 hours, and then we had to park and walk almost 2 kilometers to get up in here today. And places like this are always amazing to see when these trees grow up. You can see how it's kind of just intertwined with all those bricks. Well, you leave it alone for a couple years in the jungle, and this is what happens. Yeah, it feels like that is south, and this way is east, but the temple is orientated that way. I could be wrong, just the way it feels here. I don't have any internet and no GPS down here. You can see the faux doors here. So most of the lintels and the pediments are missing. There's just a couple that are in place. And I don't see any of the original carvings of any lintels. They're probably in a museum somewhere. Or they were sold off, you know, in the 70s. So it actually looks like they have a drain that they built out of sandstone. So it would have came from that center building right down here, and then it would have drained outside of the walls. Oh, that's kind of cool. But what's cool here is they have all this sandstone. It was part of the hilltop. So they would have chiseled this down, and then they would have drilled holes in it. Not sure what this big hole is for here. Maybe it would have been like a Naga bridge coming across here. That would have led you into the sanctuary. But they used everything here that they could. And then they backfilled and built all those laterite stones in. Okay, so this is the other entrance. This is the way we didn't go in. We came across from the south over there. You can see here, this would have been the windows. And then they would have had a smaller window right up here. And then that would have been, the entrance would have had what they called a gopura. And it would have went out that way more. And it would have had like it would have been shaped like a crucifix, but it's all missing now. Same as all the columns on the side here. All of that is gone. All right, so one last look here. Oh, there's so many people here. The Thais are want to come over here and check this out. This is pretty popular right now. Okay, so that's the whole sanctuary. So you can see there's Cambodian and Thai troops that are both stationed here. All right, so let's walk back to the car and call it good for today. And you can see all the concertina wire. This is what they string across the walkway here. And then they have the little checkpoint right up here, and then the parking. You can see buses and everything else. Now this closes at 3 o'clock, so you got to get here before then. Well, that'll finish up our video over here at this 11th century Khmer sanctuary. This is really, really cool. Like I said, this is on the border, so it's disputed between Thailand and Cambodia. They have a little GPS thing that they said they did a GPS survey in 2023 and they determined it was Thailand. So, and Cambodia still says it's theirs. So hopefully they'll iron it out without any fighting, because whenever passions get high, things can turn ugly really fast. So anyway, this was really great. I normally don't come back to a site so fast, but I wasn't able to get in here last time. And what I'll do is I'll pin a comment to the last video I did, so you can see the other two that are in Thailand, the hospital temple and then the travelers inn that are just, I don't know, they're like 500-600 meters away or so from here. So this is really cool. I would say if you get a chance, come over here and check it out while you still can. I've enjoyed it today, and if you did, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and you get to see some more content like this. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If you've been here or have any questions or comments, it is open, so you can come over here and see it. So there's a lot of rumors that it's closed. So definitely come over here if you get a chance. And until next time, from over here in Surin province, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.